जब अनुशासन, नेतृत्व और सेवा का जज्बा एक साथ मिलता है तो इतिहास रचा जाता है। कुछ ऐसा ही नज़ारा गोवा की धरती पर देखने को मिला, जहां JCI इंडिया एलुमनी क्लब के सदस्यों ने अपनी उपस्थिति से 4 चांद लगा दिए। ये सिर्फ एक सम्मेलन नहीं, बल्कि उन दिग्गजों का मिलन था जिन्होंने समाज को बदलने का बीड़ा उठाया है। गोवा के आलीशान रिजॉर्ट रियो में NATCON 2026 का ऐतिहासिक आयोजन किया गया। JAC जोन 11 की शानदार मेजबानी में हुए इस 3 दिवसीय राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन ने एकता और गौरव की नई मिसाल पेश की। देश भर से आए पूर्व सदस्यों ने न केवल पुरानी यादें ताज़ा की, बल्कि संस्था की भविष्य की रणनीतियों पर भी गहन चर्चा की। गोवा की लहरों के बीच नेतृत्व के इस महासंगम ने ये साबित कर दिया कि JCI का जोश कभी पुराना नहीं होता। यहाँ सिर्फ चर्चाएं नहीं हो रही थीं, बल्कि सेवा और समर्पण का एक नया संकल्प लिया जा रहा है।
So honored to sit with 4 eminent leaders. This is a rare opportunity. I call it a blessing. So we have very eminent past national presidents who have transformed this organization, and they had laid many foundation stones for various great projects. So we are really honored to have you all here, sir. My question is to one of our senior most national president and also a businessman and author, Sunil sir. So you became a national president of Junior Chamber International India at a young age. How did JCI shape your personality during these formative years?
Thank you very much, first of all, for this opportunity to be a part of this panel. And congratulations to you, Madam Chairperson of JAC India, and all the leaders present here for taking this legacy of JCI India forward. I became a national president in my 10th year of JCI membership, and that was in 1989-90. Perhaps one of those presidents who had a little more than 12 months to preside over the organization. And allow me to mention that my entire profile, which has evolved immensely from the day I retired as a national president till today, is all because of the fact that my workshop in life has been JCI.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Every one of us needs an educational institution to graduate, add qualifications. But you also need another place in life where you are able to not merely learn but think, not merely learn and think, but also conceptualize. Not merely learn, think and conceptualize, but draw a lot of things into action. And I think this kind of learning cannot happen anywhere else except JCI. And thanks to JCI India, thanks to all of us, that we have grown together, learned together, and we feel so proud that our legacy of today is because of what JCI gifted us yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So inspiring words. Thank you so much, sir. Ashafali, sir, you began your first hotel project at the age of 21, and most of the students are still in college. What inner belief gave you the courage to start so young, sir?
Thank you for the question. I mean, first of all, I would like to thank everyone here, present here. And this opportunity is a great opportunity to convey our thoughts that what JCI did to us. Well, when I joined JCI way back in the year 1976, I did not realize that I was joining a leadership university. It is this organization which gave us ample of opportunities to learn, grow, be confident, and have the determination to grow in your personal life also. I still remember that leadership in action. This was a 3-day training program way back in 76-77, which really helped us in goal setting, in planning and execution, and various other programs that which we learned during our initial years in the JCI, like SWOT analysis, stress management, effective public speaking, time management. All these programs, all these training programs is what has made us today. And basically, friends, these training programs are not just theories, but they have become a habit, a lifelong habit with us. And that is the confidence that I gained and could be able to start my hotel project. I mean, more if I would like to say, yeah, it was, even this confidence came through, like in my initial year, I was assigned a ways and means project. And using the learning of the JCI, this ways and means project in the year 77, we could raise a fund of about 10,000 plus. But it was not the fun, but it was the confidence and the confidence that we gained through this that decided, that encouraged me that why not use the same tactics that what we have learned in starting your own business. And that is how my first venture of Hotel Go International was done. We didn't have the money, but I had the courage, I had the determination, and I had a very, very good goals plan that in future I would like to come up with a 100-room hotel. This was the goal setting in the Leadership in Action program way back in 77. This project was a small 27-room hotel where I didn't have funds, but then I got investors to invest the seed money and got finance from the financial institute and took 25% stake. In 3-4 years, I came out of that partnership and started my own venture. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So one word what you mentioned, the learning university, in fact, it still stands true, sir. And also, you spoke about the seed fund. So in those days, today every startup speaks about seed fund, but you could visualize that way back in 1976. Thank you so much for that insight you had, sir. So my next question is to Dr. Amrit Patel. After completing your MS from Maharaja University of Baroda, you chose to serve in a tribal government setup. What inspired that decision?
Thank you so much. Thank you, JCI India. Thank you, Dear Person, JCI, JSC. As such, my answer would be a little bit longer than what my panelists or all panel members, because I just want to take the permission from the panel as well as the audience that why I chose to go for a public health setup rather than going for a private or corporate job. Sir, as such, if I share my personal story with you, I am a son of a laborer. My parents were laborers. My father was a peon in one school. And during my childhood, during my student life, and even my some adolescent period, I passed through so many things. I just not witnessed poverty, but I not witnessed poverty, but I experienced pain, suffering and poverty. And by the grace of Almighty, I got admission in a medical college. I became a surgeon. And I again saw that most of the beneficiaries who are coming to the hospital, civil hospital, they are extremely poor. They are illiterate. They are ignorant. Lack of awareness, so many things, so suffering. Because of superstition, because of poverty, because of lack of facility to bring them to hospital, they were coming very late. And their disease became incurable before they come to our hospital. So at that time only, something struck to my mind that I will serve poor, I will serve needy. And that is why, because I saw poverty, because I witnessed poverty, because my parents and I struggled a lot during our early days, I thought I will serve poor, I will serve needy. And so I started my career in a 100% tribal area where people were just miserably poor. And what I did was that I continued my journey for 10 years in a tribal area and then little bit lesser tribal area for 25 years. So total 35 years of my career as a doctor I just work with dedication, full compassion and commitment that whatever I will do, even the poorest of poor, I will try to provide the best quality services. Why only the rich would get the corporate class or the private class good best quality services? It was my commitment to myself that I will, till it would be possible for me, I will try to provide the same quality for services to each and every poor and needy tribal people to my hospital. And that is why I entered the government from government sector. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. How I wish there were young students in this group to be inspired from your words, sir. Thank you so much. So, from a small town in Attica, Thrissur, to becoming the world president of an internationally big organization like JCI International, what inner conviction powered this journey, sir?
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. When you asked me, you emphasize something on this small village. I will tell you something. My predecessor was from Ilani. She was from Milan, the second largest city in Italy. Before that, Berto, he was from Amsterdam. You know how big it is. Likewise, each and every Ismail, my successor, he was from Istanbul. All were from metros. But I born and brought up in a small village of 20,000 people living there. It's sometimes I feel I'm nowhere when I go to international, because those who lives in metros have all the table manners and all those things. So each and every point when I'm in the international, it's all new learning for me. So the evolving from a small village to the international style or international in India, so I need to keep up the standard of JCI India also, because I'm chosen from the JCI India. But luckily, what I want to say here, JCI India is so strong, and we have different tiers. From local presidents, we have a sworn vice president, sworn president, then some positions in the national board, then national vice presidents. That makes us so strong that we will be very much profitable to be there in the international. So I'm not worried. I'm from small village, but I'm sitting with Chiara Milani from the second largest city of the Italy. I'm not worried because I'm trained in JCI, trained in JCI. That's how it's evolved. It's because JCI taught many things, and JCI leadership taught me many things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You are a role model for millions of people, not only from India, from across the world, sir. So that you need not be from a very big city to be a world leader, top leader. Thank you so much for your wonderful work, sir. To Ashraf Ali, sir, how did your early years in Unichem International shape your confidence as an entrepreneur?
Well, as I said earlier, joining this organization at an early age. I was hardly 19 years old and I joined this organization. I think that was the best decision of my life ever, because this is an organization, as I said, made me what I am today. So, and the turning point was after going through the various training programs and then taking the oath as the president of Panaji JCs in 1983. That was like the turning point, and from then onwards it was not looking back. Got involved into various JCI positions, and today, in the sense that got a lot of opportunities to be the state president and the national vice president and the national president and so on, and also to having reached to the JCI International Executive Vice President way back in 1997. Well, So this organization is what has made us today, and I would say that I'm proud to be a JC, and as we always say, once a JC, always a JC.
Thank you, sir. Sunil, sir, what is one personal habit or mindset you developed in JCI that still guides you as a global president of United Federation of Travel Agents Associations?
It starts with where you invest what you have. Some people make investments in stock exchange, some make investments in properties, some make investments in businesses. Well, these are things that others would also want to do. But very few of us make investments in people. When you invest in people, that's the real legacy. But legacy is not what you leave behind, which is your material wealth. It is what you have done to others who would always remember what you have done to them. And I think that investment in people is what kept me going. I've been in 3 verticals of my life. One is JCI, one is Lions International, and the other is my industry profession, travel and tourism. Thanks to all of you, I had the opportunity to be your national president, went up to the JCI ladder, served as the JCI EVP. Again in Lions, because of my background as a JC member, there was special acknowledgement, and that acknowledgement got me to go on to the international board and serve as an international director. It didn't stop there. I went up to be perhaps one of the very few who have chaired the District Governors Elite Program, which is about $8 million budget, covering more than 750 district governors of the world, conducted the program in 29 groups, 13 languages. And that was a 2-year planning for that. That was something that, so you never left behind anything. Coming to your profession, well, you became a national president of your professional large organization. You didn't stop there. And today, I'm happy that I represent India on the IATA board, on the Joint Council of IATA. I fight for I debate on behalf of the agents. I'm also the global president of the World Travel and Tourism Federation, 75 countries in it. Now, when I look back and see my journey moving up the ladder, it's inspiring to me that investment that you make in people, you help people grow up, you help people see beyond, you guide them, you learn from them. You not just teach them, but you learn from them. Because every day you've got to be a learner. I think this journey is what makes my association with JCI, with the question you asked, the President of OFTA, totally meaningful, and it will go on as long as I have the energy and the thought process, which always guides me to be positive. Talk about good things in life, not bad things about others.
Thank you so much, sir. You have given such a wonderful insight and you have shared every important secret with all of us. Invest in people. So thank you so much for this knowledge you have shared with us, sir. My question is to Shine, sir. How did your theme, Uniting with Impact, reflect your personal leadership philosophy?
Yeah, I will tell you how Unite to Impact. Many of people may not be knowing what is Unite to Impact. 2014, because when somebody international works for a JCI movement, they cannot just work with regular things. So we want some team to move ahead with that. So we were going through a lot of process to find the right catchy word to work for, to pull our JCI movement forward. Because I have a lot of responsibility, because I'm chosen after 35 years 1979 was the first JCI president from India. I was 2014, so there is a long gap. So whenever we keep something as a United Impact or whatever, it should be really pushing forward to move ahead. So we were searching for some really thing which will make our JCI movement a little bit more stronger. Will make our members to work a little bit more harder, like that. So when that time we were working on the acquisition framework, we were more into the society and we wanted to have more impact on the society. So, government alone cannot do anything in this world. It's only one pillar. We want to bring the business organizations and also the civil organization in the place, so that three pillars, one is government, another is civil organization like JCI, and third one is the business organizations. So all together will make difference in the world. So that was the moment. We thought Unite to Impact will be the right catching word to push and everything. And in 2014 we had a theme song. It's done from Punam. It starts from Goa. That's the place we have. And we were pushing, pulling, and all those things were happening in 2014. So Unite to Impact, for me as a person, it's really happened in my life. Like, when we want more strength, we have to unite people, unite other organizations, unite all these things. Then only we will be having more power in our life. That's made that year, 2014, a little bit more purposeful. When I look back about the 2014, 2014 was fruitful because that tagline helped me to push our JCI members a little more forward. And that's it. Unite to Impact had a purpose behind it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. A tagline or a slogan really has a lot of strength hidden in it. Shine Sir himself is proof. Because of him, they could conduct so many world-class projects across the globe. Thank you so much, sir. My question is to Dr. Amrit Patel, sir. So when you first saw the hut-like condition in CSC Bardoli, what was your immediate thought? Whether it was frustration or an opportunity?
See, when I joined Community Health Center Bardoli on 18th of July 1996, it was around 90 years old, to tile-roofed small hut which was built by the Britishers. And when I entered as a medical superintendent on first day, so it was a July and it was a rainy season. So the rain was dripping in the wards. It was dripping in my examination room also. There were no 24 hours facility of running water. The water in the morning from the municipal corporation, they were just gathering in a small drum, and it was very bad. It was very bad. So I felt, being a general surgeon from a Baroda Medical College, how I would be able to operate in this condition. It was definitely a disappointing and shocking moment. But then I considered it as an opportunity as well as a challenge to take forward. Because after joining JCI, before I was a dedicated doctor, but I learned discipline and courage after joining JCI. So I started my things, I started my journey. Slowly what I did was to improve the staff, to improve the discipline of the staff, punctuality of the time, cleanliness, the basic infection control protocols, and then I started inviting these local leaders, the social organization, to see that what changes, how much committed we are, how much bona fide intention we have got. And our team got so inspired that sir, whatever sir is telling it is we would be able to do it. As such, in a government job or a government team, it is an impression that people are lazy, people are not committed, they are not hardworking. But my experience is totally different. I just got inspired that whatever I was telling to my staff, they were very enthusiastically trying to follow it. And that was because of I learned how to handle people in JCI. Because in medical college we have never been taught all these things. But I learned how to plan the things, how to execute the things, how to resolve the conflict. All these things I learned really after joining JCI. Before that, as a doctor, I was not knowing. We were not taught by our medical college professor that conflict can be resolved in this particular thing. How to think in a different way, how to develop the positive attitude. So I am very much thankful to JCI India for this opportunity to learn all these values which converted me from a dedicated doctor to a doctor with leadership. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Just a sheer determination can change. That is proved from your experience, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable inputs you have given. Ashraf, sir, from Hotel Goa International to Bloom Suits and Abbey Styles, what leadership principles remain constant throughout your growth?
Well, as I said earlier, in 1977 when I went through the Leadership in Action program, at that time in one of the sessions, we were asked to set our goals. And this goal was a long-term vision, a long-term goal, 20 years, what you want to be, where you want to be. And that is where my goal was to have a 100-room hotel. And as I said earlier, I started at the age of 21 with a 27-room hotel. But the determination, the planning, the work was still on. And the training and confidence that I was getting in this organization made me work harder to see that I reached my goal. And I was fortunate enough to, with the training, with the confidence and the support I got from the family, that in 1995 I acquired a land in Colombo, and in the year 1999 I could inaugurate my 104-room hotel. And that was the turning point in my life, which gave me motivation to do more and more in this organization, as well as in my business life. And eventually, later on, we had a collaboration with the Diplo Hotels, which are the sister company of Indigo Airlines. And we started another hotel called Ibis Styles, and with 197 rooms. So today we are having inventory of over 300 rooms in Goa. And recently, in April last year, we got into a hotel project in Canada, and a 77 cottage resort in Canada, 8,000 islands in Canada. So I give this credit to the training and the confidence that we got in this organization. If not for that decision in '76 I had done of joining this organization, I would have not been in this position that I am today. I think I would be running my family business, my dad's shop, which was dealing in trading, in stationery, in cutlery. But this opportunity to change my life was from this organization, and I'm very, very thankful that I have got so many opportunities in this organization.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, most of us attend trainings, but we also do this goal setting exercise and trainings. But the practical implementation of those trainings, we can see live example from Anshabali sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Shine sir, you are also an entrepreneur. What leadership lessons from boardrooms differs from lessons learned in grassroots community projects? what leadership lessons from boardroom differ from lessons learned in grassroots community projects. I've seen you working in so many projects in African, deep African locations.
The boardroom lessons is just like learning swimming. Theories. When we go into the grassroots, in the community projects only, we'll be having the real practical experience. What exactly we'll be doing? Ravishankarji may be watching us. In Kyoto Convention, you know how many delegates will be joining in one convention? It's always 10,000 plus members will be there. Always 10,000 members will be there. In the month of January every year, JCI Japan will organize one conventions in Kyoto. They will have hundreds, thousands of JCI members from different cities will be gathering in one place. So there, some multi-millionaires, you can see them as volunteers, bus traffic controllers. Ravishankarji used to say in Osaka when they had the conference or some other place, they had some difficulty in having clearance from the customs office. So they were referred to go to the one gentleman in JCI Japan, and they got an appointment. They went there. It was like a 30-floor building, and he was sitting in the top floor, and he assisted us to clear all the customs related matters. And when we went to the Kyoto Convention, this gentleman is standing as the volunteer, as a bus controlling operator or something like that with the t-shirts. Can you imagine if he is having the experience sitting in the boardroom or being the 30-floor building owner, or the big enterprises having an influence of connecting to all the customs office or something like that in Japan? What's the necessity for him to come and be the volunteer and control the traffic? That's the difference, sitting in the boardroom and going to the community, do the service, or to be a volunteer in the NGOs. That makes a lot of difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The boardroom lessons are only classroom lessons, but the practical lessons come from the grassroots. Thank you for your insight, sir. Sunil, sir, you are a very reputed trainer, having trained so many trainers yourself. How did JCI's training ecosystem shape your philosophy of developing leaders?
A very strong belief that one cannot grow up in life, one cannot achieve mastery of a skill. I think these are fundamental beliefs that every trainer must have. If you do not connect with others, it doesn't mean others are not capable of receiving what you say. It means you are yourself as a trainer not capable of connecting with others. You talk about my role as a trainer and the ethos behind my living. It is directly related to the fact that all of us live in a glass house. It's not enough if you talk big things. It's important your actions must reflect that you've done big things. But what moves me more is always the challenge to attempt things that I haven't done rather than doing things that I have done. I keep telling this to a lot of my colleagues, my leaders, people who learn with me, that our growing up doesn't come from doing what we've done. It comes from challenging yourself to do what is difficult to do. Challenging yourself to do what is impossible to conceive. Challenging yourself to do something that you've never done before. And the moment you get into that terrain, that it becomes a habit pattern, that I don't want to do things that everybody does. I want to do things that nobody dares to do. I want to attempt things that can fail me, because even failure is accepted as long as I've attempted something beyond what I can do. I think these aspects of what living is all about, having patterns are all about, your ability to see beyond who you are is what actually brings out. And that's what happened to me thanks to JCI.
Thank you so much, sir. Challenging yourself to do the impossible. Sitting close to him itself started giving so much of goosebumps to me. That's the kind of insights students have. Thank you so much, sir. Personally, I'm really elated to be here, sir, with you. Dr. Abdul, sir, coming back to again CSC Bardoli, because that is one challenge he had taken it up, and to become one of India's first NABS accredited government CHCs under National Accreditation Board for Hospitals. We remember that old hut-like scenario which he has converted into a NABS accredited government hospital. So what was the toughest hurdle in achieving that standard?
Sir, the infrastructure limitations, human resource, technology, everything was, of course, big issues. But the biggest issues for going for NABH in a small community health center, the biggest issue or biggest challenge was mindset. It was believed by my team, my superior authorities like regional deputy directors, and my peer officers. They were believing that going for NABH in a community health center is absolutely impossible, next to impossible. It was a mindset that national accreditation is only for the high-fi private structures, private hospitals, and the corporates. But I again took it as a challenge because JCI teaches us to take challenge, accept challenge, and to come out of the comfort zone. So I decided that even if we fail, what to lose? Even if we make an attempt, it is also a good thing for us. So what I started was, first I took my staff in confidence. I started that if you are ready to go for this tough thing, then we can initiate. So infrastructure resources were managed from the donors, the individual donors, the cooperative sectors, and corporate partners. They gave us the USG machine, the digital X-ray machine, the other surgical equipments, and then I tried to approach my higher authorities for some human resource and other things. So NABH as such for us, amongst the 5,000 community health centers of the whole country, we were first to attempt it. And ultimately we became successful in achieving NABH standard in December 2012, which was equivalent to any of the corporate hospital in a government setup. It was equivalent to it. But all these credits I would give to the learning of JCI, because before entering to JCI, what I was doing was just hard work, going for the numbers. And my outdoor patient when I joined in the hospital was 20 people only. And when I left the hospital, I retired. Per day, my team was examining and treating 400 patients per day, 400 patients. So during my tenure of 25 years, we examined and treated 14 lakhs patients, outdoor patients, 14 lakhs, 2 lakhs and 60,000 indoor patients, 25,000 surgeries I performed myself. My team's data is different, but my surgical interventions were 24. So it was a leadership. I just involved in the things. It was not just assignment to the team. I was practically visibly available there till the task is taken care of and completed. my staff, sir, underwent 134 days training, clinical and paraclinical trainings, continuously for 134 days. It was so difficult task to keep the staff motivated for such a long period to attend the training along with their stipulated duties. But they did it, except Sunday. Continuously for 134 days, we conducted the training for preparation of NABH, and ultimately we achieved NABH in Government Health Center and received the title of first NABH Accredited Center amongst 5,000 in the whole country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. No wonder your energy and also your desire to learn. I would just like to mention, sir has become JCI author at this age, participating with participants like my daughter, who was one of his training colleague. So that is his inspiration to learn new things. So really hats off to you, sir, and implementing your learnings in real life scenario and benefiting the society at large. That's really appreciable, sir. Thank you so much. So now there's one common question I would like to ask the panel members. Now that we have this JAC, what is the roadmap you foresee or you advise for JAC for becoming a nationally great organization, and also at the international arena, how we can perform better heights? So each one of you can, please shine, sir. I'll start, sir.
I think JAC is doing very good nowadays. Do you agree with me? JAC is doing really great, and we are very happy how it's evolved from senior member association till this point of time. Only thing, one thing I think that we can encourage more national organizations to do the same in international level, because many national organizations will not be having the same setup of something like that. And once that is done, we can have more collaborations, we can travel. JCI find many reasons to travel, so we will find some reasons to travel more to different countries, saying we are having once a JC, always JC, we have to travel, we have to do things, we have to do business with other people. We will find more reasons to travel, we will find more reasons to do business, we will find more reasons to everything through JCI. That's how we do it.
Thank you, Sunil, sir.
I think JAC has really come up very well. We are a large membership now. But having said that, I must mention there's a long way to go. It's not too long to reach where we have to reach. What matters is how we are able to expand our ability to be more relevant to all those people who have been JCs sometime in their lives. Somehow I always get this feeling JAC can be larger than JCI India. Not because JCI India can't be larger, it will grow surely. But JAC has a lot of resource of members who've been members during the yesteryears. I always keep asking some of my colleagues in Zone 12, the zone I come from. Even when I was a national president in '89, our association had 40,000 members. I'm sure more than 25,000 of them are still alive, and I'm sure all of them are above 40. What happened to them? Why are they not here? Why are we only looking at every year touching 10,000, struggling to be there and not being there? Why are we not looking at a 50,000 membership organization? Why are we not framing this JAC as a chamber of commerce very similar to something like FICCI or ICC? Because you have a lot of business resource. You had asked a lot of questions to Ashraf. You had asked questions to a colleague who has been a doctor, a surgeon. Now these are all professional wealth that JAC can boast of. There is so much of professional wealth in those sitting here and those who are not sitting here. If we delay getting them in, I think we'll lose them out. So I think there's got to be a very fast track process where we don't add members, we multiply. But then that multiplication will only happen when you are able to relate the organization to their interests and their likes, their preferences. Very excited I was to watch 75 members coming forward as PDMs today, and congratulations to the current committee. It's a huge happening, but this is just the tip of an iceberg. What I'm trying to say is, if you are able to get your past JCs, have halls like this full, when you have meetings like these happen, you can't have empty chairs here. Now when you start looking at the possibility of what JAC can be, my God, it is huge, it is immense. I start seeing that JAC can be so big that the whole country will really start looking at the quality of people. Many organizations are today suffering because they don't have quality of people. But JAC can beat or dispel all that and come up as an organization of professionals, as an organization of entrepreneurs, as an organization of specialists, as an organization of speakers and trainers, as an organization of consultants. I think this is what we can be. So we need to restructure, shift our paradigms to see JAC much, much bigger than who we are and what we are.
Thank you so much.
Well, as a JCI is the best thing that has happened to most of us. I'm sure and confident that JAC will be even better to all of us who cross 40. I think this is the best thing that is coming, and more, as Sunil said, that we have a vast bank of dedicated, knowledgeable, sincere past JCs who all over so many years had, they were thinking as to what to do after 40 because they are not a permanent active member and they were joining various other organizations. And today, if you see, whether it is Lions, whether it is Rotaries, it's all, most of them, who are leading this organization are past JCI members. So you can see that how proud we are when we see some of our past national presidents, some of our past national officers are leading this also big organization like Lions and Rotaries and so many others. And I'm sure that if we are going in the right direction, the leadership is come up with a real good plan of action, and we are moving in the right direction. The growth is there, and I'm confident that in time to come, this will also grow side by side. Like as the JCI young members, 18 to 40 membership is growing, even the JAC membership will definitely grow, and I think that's going to be the best thing for a JAC who has joined to continue as a JAC member.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let me confess very honestly that the moment on which I took a decision to join JCI, it is perhaps the most important and most valuable moment in my life to take decision to join JCI. I would have repented in a very big way if I would have missed that moment to join JCI. I personally believe that I like one couplet of Rabindranath Tagore I like very much. The meaning of that particular couplet in English is, the setting sun was asking to the world, I am now setting. Who will provide, or who is ready to take up my responsibility to provide warmth, light, and energy to this world? As a huge Herculean work, the world remained silent and thought that we are not in a position to do this. It's a very huge work, it's a Herculean task. But a small earthen lamp whispered that I will try to do my best. I will try to do my best. I think each and every JC is that earthen lamp, spreading the light to this world. As a JC, what I can suggest is that every lamp should try to lamp the another lamp so that the strength of JC increases in the world and we can provide best services to those who are really needy, those who are less blessed. I believe that we all people are blessed. There are people in the world who are just hand to mouth. They don't have home, they don't have cloth to wear, they don't have even a square meal in their life. And we all are so blessed. It is a gift from the Almighty. Whatever we are enjoying is a gift from Almighty. And it is our humble duty to give a reverse or what we call is return gift to the God. And that is in the form of service as a JC to the society. So that if we do that, if we can inspire others to join JC and we make our number of members more and more increased in the quantity and quality, it would be a big service to the society and it would be a big return gift from us to the God. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity to have me on this panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sunil sir wanted to add
On your question on JSC, allow me to acknowledge, and everybody must be aware of this, that if it wasn't for PNP Ravi Shankar, JSC would not have been here. The kind of loyalty, the receptiveness he had, our initial discussions, he saw an opportunity, he saw a wonderful way forward for all of us, and he saw that this was a great way to strengthen JCI India. So when some of these thoughts strike us, how receptive we are to those thoughts actually changes the world. And I must say, we must all give him a very big round of applause that he made this possible.
Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful having you all here with us, sharing your experience, your thoughts. So now, since we have less time, I wish we could continue for a couple of hours because that is the kind of insights and knowledge we share.